Ever wondered what Star Trek would look like if it went completely off the rails? Very Short Treks answers that question with To Skin a Cat. An episode so wild, so absurd, and so unapologetically unhinged that it makes Lower Decks look like the next generation. But does this bizarre animated short boldly go where no Trek has gone before? Or is it just a glorified fever dream? Craig and I are diving into what's good, what's bad, and what's batshit crazy about this one. Let's get into it. Welcome back, viewers, to this, the last in our current series of Good, Bad and Batshit, looking at the pilot episodes of all the various series that have existed. And I think it's fair to say, Craig, we've been dreading this one a little bit, haven't we?
You especially.
Me especially. But yes, anyway, to do the usual introductions, I'm Stu Jackson, one of your hosts.
And I'm your idiot Craig. Yeah, this is an odd one because we're not exactly going out on a high, are we? With these,
we're not. We're not. We're doing them in order that they came out, so that's dictated to us. Otherwise, yeah, Prodigy would have been a good one to finish on. But
yeah, but we've got Star Trek Starfleet Academy next year, so.
We have. We've got that to look forward to. And of course, currently, as this goes out, we're part way through Strange New World Season 3 and all the review stuff coming out for that. So, yeah, there's a bit of a crossover between this.
Yeah, so, I mean, the good thing is we've got, no matter where we're at with anything, we know at this present time, we've pretty much got guaranteed 40 episodes of Star Trek to come.
Yeah.
We've got season 3 and season 4 of Strange New Worlds. Possibly season 5 as well, because I've got a feeling they're going to do 5. We've got 2 seasons of Star Trek Starfleet. But as we sit at the minute, we've definitely got 40 new episodes of Star Trek coming. Doctor Who fans?
Yeah, well,
I like Doctor Who. I'm just teasing.
We know. Well, we can see just behind you there, the old Christopher Eccleston box set.
Yeah. But yeah, at least somebody doesn't have to go cap in hand to Disney yet.
Yet. Fantastic. Okay, so Very Short Treks. Do you think it's fair to say most of the viewers will know what Very Short Treks is even?
Well, I mean, Very Short Treks was a limited run of 6 episodes put onto YouTube. The episode's only about 3, 4, 5 minutes long. They were basically made to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the animated series.
Yes.
So they're put onto YouTube for free. So if you've not seen them, go check them out. You may love them, you may not love them. They are of varying quality, shall we say?
Yes.
But I think the heart was in the right place. And I understand, they were done, and they were done just for shits and giggles, really.
I mean, I love the concept of them, and I love the fact that we're celebrating 50 years of the animated series, which, in my view, doesn't get anywhere near enough attention or love or appreciation. Absolutely. So yeah. So I was very on board for the concept, and of course it was released on First Contact Day as well.
Yes, but take a slight sidestep. We need to put a bet on about Star Trek: The Animated Series, because I'm waiting, and I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. Somebody is going to get hold of the animated series, put it through AI, and make live action versions of it through AI.
Hey there, Stu from the future here, dropping in quickly whilst doing the editing. So, literally a couple of days after recording this, I came across a video by a YouTube creator called Jeff Lee, where the Lower Decks opening credit sequence it's been redone with CGI and in a TOS style. Now, I believe this was done in Blender rather than by AI, but it gives you a great idea of how it would look. Check it out by clicking on the link to Jeff's channel in the description below. I've also included links to videos of the Next Generation and Voyager in the animated series style from Gazelle Automations. That's for you to just enjoy. Anyway, back to me and Craig.
Ooh.
Someone's going to do it. One of the fans, or I don't think it's necessarily going to be done professionally by Paramount, but somebody is going to do it.
As
It
a
will
fan
happen.
film type thing.
Yeah, it will happen.
That's an interesting one. My goodness, yeah, the way AI is going. There are on YouTube. There are some brilliant next generation versions of episodes done in the style of the animated series already. So you're thinking the other way around, turn it into a. I mean, it wouldn't be live action, but it might look like live action. I get what you're saying. It
Yeah.
would be CGI.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I think, I mean, to be fair, we're going slightly off topic here. I think that AI is going to be the way that we finally get DS9 and Voyager upscaled into like HD or 4K or whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Well, it's going to make it cheaper, and that's the thing. It's not like they can't do it now. It's just it's so prohibitively expensive, and not enough people have been clamoring for it to make it viable, I suppose, business-wise. Anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss today.
It's not like us for going off, off topic, is it? At all.
No. Segue, anyone? Anyone for tenuous? Yeah, all that. And to be fair, so before we get into this as well, I just want to say, from my own perspective, it's not like I hate all the very short tracks.
No. To be fair, there's only one of them. There's only one of them that I actually don't like. But other than
really,
that,
is it the one we're going to be talking about today?
No, funnily enough, it's not.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, well, we'll come on to that later then. Okay. So normally we do a 60-second synopsis. I'm going to be really brutal on you this time because it is such a very short track.
It needs a 10-second one, doesn't it, really?
Exactly that.
I knew where you were going.
So, if you're ready, your time starts now.
Okay, Skinner Cat, first episode. While surrounded by a Klingon fleet, the captain of the Enterprise, #NotKirk, is suffering from a serious case of poor word choice.
That's 10 seconds.
Space political correctness.
That's 10 seconds. Anyway, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll put a link into the episode. I might even insert the episode into this. We'll see what YouTube's copyright algorithm says about that. But somehow there will be an opportunity for any viewers to go and see it and see what actually happens in there. Because that, of all your synopsises, Craig, that has to be the worst.
Okay.
That was, yeah. I mean, you got bits in there, but yeah, there we go.
It's exactly what it is.
Well, with only 10 seconds, that was a rough deal I gave you, to be fair. But we're here to talk about what was good, what was bad, and what was just absolutely batshit crazy about it. I think we've got plenty of fuel for the following two, but let's try and find some things that were good about it. First off, what's your first good?
Okay, I actually found this episode quite funny.
Okay.
I did. Some of it's not hugely laugh out loud. The case of like trying not to offend everybody, and it's a funny concept. It does what it says on the tin. It's absurd, and it just it, it's definitely better than the last episode. But
Mhm.
it's done as a comedy, and it it does what it says on the tin.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'd give you that. I'll give you that. Um, my first one is that it's more about very short treks in general, to be fair, but this is the one that kicked it all off. So the fact that it is a love letter to Star Trek, the animated series,
Yeah, yeah.
and that whole 70s thing. Yeah, like I say, the animated series for me doesn't get enough attention or love. So the fact that they did this at all, I think, is pretty amazing. I know early a good bad match in this series. We start off by saying the fact it exists at all, but it's not so much that with this; it's the fact that it really appreciates the animated series. Yeah, that's my first good.
And I do think it's good that it exists. I think it's also a shame that they've done this, and it's what we discussed in previous episodes. It's a shame that they're not actually continuing to do like anthology short treks around about, because they're good little place fillers and good little pieces to little snippets to kind of to put into the franchise just to keep people's curiosity peak. I mean, if you think about it, we've not had any new Star Trek for over a year now
Mm.
since
Nearly
Lower
two
Decks.
years.
Yeah, but since
Oh
Lower
yeah,
Decks
Lower
finished,
Decks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, since Lower Decks finished. So it would have been nice to have, and considering, the cliffhanger of season 2 of Strange New Worlds has been 2 years.
Mm.
Imagine if Best of Both Worlds cliffhanger had been 2 years.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, short treks would be nice to keep as sort of just drip feed or something.
yeah, drip
Yeah.
feeding. Yeah.
Cool. What's your second good?
My second thing links a bit to what you're saying. It's a great homage to the animated series, and it was nice to see RX and Mares in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it was good use on there. And also, I mean, it's funny having the comedy characters in, which were just in for the jokes. But it was nice to see the fish species used
Mm.
from Next Generation's Manhunt episode. Yeah, just would have been funny if it had got Mick Fleetwood back to voice it, but
Yeah.
But I
That would
think
have been.
that was a nice touch to keep the animated series characters in. Just a bit odd that the captain isn't Kirk though.
Yes, they chose some comedian who and I'm certainly not familiar with. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's one of those. If you're American, you'll probably know who he is, but the world isn't America, so yeah. But yeah, my second one is very similar. It's the deep cut cameo thing, in particular, Mares. I think Arex gets a lot of attention from the animated series, but Mares has a special place for me. Let's just say.
And also the fact that the whole line that kicks it all off, to skin a cat. What, I'm going to disembowel a human?
Yes, yes, quite. But yeah, those deep cut cameos, absolutely there for that. What's your third good one?
I I do like the way that the joke keeps building. The humor it just adds onto it, and it adds onto it, and it adds onto it. I think it works, and I think it was nice to see the ship surrounded by 6 Klingon battle cruisers, and Yeah, just build, and then they finally get to the point where they're gonna to figure out how to deal with the Klingons and get blown up. So yeah, that works for me.
Yes, yes. My last one is a little bit of a scathing one, I suppose. It's the fact that they have established quite clearly this is not canon.
Yes.
I mean, on the one hand, it gives them scope to do some pretty crazy things, but also, if they hadn't have made that explicit, I get, I'm a great believer. You'll get people say, "Oh, like Discovery isn't real Star Trek." I mean, it is because it's Star Trek Discovery, but I'm a great fan of thinking that, well, if somebody wants to exclude an entire season, they can do that. Headcanon is a great thing. But also, canon is quite an important thing to me. So them saying this is not canon, yeah, that was a good move on their part, I felt. It makes me feel slightly better about it.
Yeah, but see, this is where we're coming at something on different angles here,
Mm.
because my first bad is they've gone for comedy stuff, which is great, but they haven't done it like Lower Decks in respects of it could be a proper Star Trek story.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
gone. It's gone for. I understand where they've gone for the shows and for the episodes, but none of them you could think, oh, that's a good little Star Trek story,
Mm.
and it's
Yeah.
a shame
Yes.
because the joke outs everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. It's a joke. It's not a mini episode,
Yeah,
which is a wasted opportunity. Yeah, I hear you on that. Um, for me, my first bad one is that it's I get it's very short tracks, but it's too short for anything to really develop. There's no sort of coherent plot or anything like that. It's just like zoom, that's it. It's like a one line joke basically.
it's like a Saturday Night Live skit kind of thing, more
Yeah,
than
yeah, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. It's a skit, uh, not a thing. Yeah. What's your second bad?
I think the little bit of what you've put on, you mentioned earlier on, is the guy who's playing the Kirk character. It just doesn't quite work.
Mm,
Because you would have I mean, I could understand that, you couldn't get necessarily William Shatner to do it, or you could have even, I mean, they could have even done it as a Pike thing, but that wouldn't have fit in. So I understand why they didn't go for somebody, or even somebody to do like Chris Pine, or just somebody to do a Kirk kind of pastiche thing. I mean, the joke thing about having a bit of a breakdown, like in his chicken fingers, his mac and cheese, playing Risk and stuff like that. It's not really that funny. The rest of the stuff's quite funny. His breakdowny bit thing isn't that funny.
mm. Yeah, I'm I'm quite relieved they didn't go with a known character for the captain because no matter what character they'd have chosen, would have felt disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, my second one is much more general than that. It's not for traditional Star Trek fans. Um, so I think a lot of Star Trek fans love the deep storytelling, the moral dilemmas, character development. That's what we love about Star Trek. A lot of us. Um, this was not. I don't know who their target audience was.
Yeah. My next one's a bit like that. It was like, who was this targeted at? And
Mm,
the reason I'm gonna ask that is you look at some of the other episodes. Um you look at the next one, the holiday party, where it's a Strange New Worlds episode where Hammer, they're having downtime. Hammer is can't be bothered. He wants to go and have a drink, so he lets Spock do the comedy kind of stuff. Now that is really funny because with Spock not understanding it, here's a picture of this ensign wasn't very well. He got through the transport. And there's somebody cut in half with the entrails hanging out. That is, and the thing is, tragedy is really funny. So here's the Klingon ship destroying the starship from the start of Discovery. And he has it in memoriam. That's not funny. That was actually a funny dark humor episode with the Strange New Worlds cast. Yeah, that would, first contact episode after that with Troy and Riker beaming down to first contact with a warp capable planet, but they get out of there really because they're just really disgusting and have snots everywhere. And so that's quite funny. The episode after, which is the shortest one, the Treks, where it's a computer end program, where it just goes, it goes from the end, like you're taking the Mickey from the last episode of Enterprise, where it's a holodeck episode, so computer end program, and then they just cycle through all the rest of the episode is like computer end program, so it cycles through the different periods and different series of Star Trek as if everyone's just closing down the program. Everything's all it's like it's like one of those Russian dolls things.
Yeah, I think it's called holograms all the way down, isn't it?
Yeah, it's holograms all the way down. These episodes are actually, I don't like the last one, which is the musically kind of one where they actually say why they're doing it, and that, and we've covered that episode. We've covered these episodes already before, like last year that we were on. But yeah, I think this one was one of the weaker ones, and I agree it's not that Trek compared to what the other ones. You really have to know the characters and have to understand a bit of Star Trek to get the other ones, even though it's quite generic humor. This one's a bit more work based. You can't say this.
Yeah, which brings me very much onto my last bad thing. It feels like it's poking fun at so getting into the whole woke thing. I'm a great proponent for how woke Star Trek is and how that's a good thing, because being aware, being progressive, I see as positive things. Yes, too much of an extreme of anything is a bad thing, but it feels like it's poking fun at that. I don't mind like a little bit of sort of cheeky poking, but let me put it another way. It feels like it's taking the piss.
Yes.
Poking fun is fine. Taking the piss, that's too far.
The other ones are more poking fun, and you've got to enjoy Star Trek. This isn't really. This isn't taking the Mickey out of Star Trek. This is just taking the Mickey out of saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, which okay, it can be a source of humor, but it's not. It's not very Star Trek. Like parodying itself, Lower Decks absolutely nailed this. It parodies Star Trek, but still keeps it intact. This went off the rails a bit. I don't like this one. Anyway, let's move on to our batshit ones. So, what's your first one there?
Yeah, so it's funny if this was going to be canon.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the Nickersonians from? And your ass-headed race, and your screw-headed race and stuff like that. I mean, they were just created for it's almost the Airplane style of humor, isn't it? Don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, surreal absurdism. Is that the?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's just a bit. You're creating a race just for a one-line gag.
Yes. Mine My first one is it's something we mentioned earlier. So the title itself, "To Skin a Cat," it's a phrase we're familiar with. When you realise it's actually referencing an actual Cajun, that's weird. That's bizarre. And I get that that's the joke, but yeah, that's batshit.
Yeah. One thing I think as well, my next one, they've mentioned in the HR department. Now I'm just thinking, it sets me off thinking now. If there was an HR department in the original series on
Mhm.
Kirk's Enterprise, how busy would that HR department be?
Yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
sends you down,
you need more
sends you down a rabbit
regulars, do you?
hole. It really sends you down a rabbit hole.
How many sexual harassment cases do you think there'd be? I'm suddenly thinking of Pam from the series Archer. Oh yeah, I get that. My second one is this feels very much like I'm going to be so careful how I say. No, what the hell? I'm just going to say it bluntly. What drugs were the writers on?
Kool-Aid.
Definitely, it must have been on something because this is like a Trek fueled drug trip or drug fueled Trek trip. I know what I mean. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe one needs to watch it after. Don't do this.
A night out.
Yes, after a night out. Yes, maybe that's the answer. Maybe I should just get drunk and watch it. I don't know. Anyway, what's your third weird one?
Okay, now I'm gonna give them the I'm gonna give them something here that they might not have actually thought about, or they might have thought about, which is it clever or is it something that they've just accidentally hit upon as a joke? And it's the gag about, the ass and screw guys on the bridge, they're monitoring the water pressure on the bridge. And he's like, what you're doing here, does it actually really need a console on the bridge? And I'm thinking, now, is that just a joke, or is that a joke tying into Star Trek '09? Because in Star Trek '09, in the engineering deck, they've got all that big water pipes, which has absolutely no meaning or necessity or anything on a starship, which was just done for like a visual gag or a visual thing that way on. So are they doing that as a joke on purpose, or is it just joke that works in there? Is it actually a callback to taking the piss out of Star Trek '09 or not?
I love the connection you're making there. I suspect I know what the answer to your question is.
I'm guessing it's just random.
I don't think they gave this much thought at all, to be honest. So, yeah.
But if they did, then fair play to them.
Absolutely. Credit where it's due and all that. Yeah. No, I like that. I like the connection there. That's very cool. My last one is: how does Starfleet allow any of this? I mean, utter chaos taking place, and that's not Starfleet. How is anyone in the Federation, in fact, okay with it? But yeah, there we go. That's. I think the whole thing's just weird.
Oh yeah, I mean it is weird. I mean, you think you start if you start thinking about like that alien race, the Nickersonians, right? How many different types of Nickersonians are there going to be?
Yeah,
because you've got the big frilly Nickersonians. Are you going to have the thong ones? Are you going to have the granny pant ones? No, it's a rabbit hole you just do not want to go anywhere near.
No. Absolutely.
You're thinking about it now, aren't you? Dear God, no.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying
Who
not
are
to.
the crotchless Dickersons?
Hang on, what about the edible Nickersonians?
Oh, God, no.
I mean, all Nickersonians are edible if you've got the patience. That's all I'll say.
Oh, dear God.
Well, on that very, very bizarre note, perhaps we ought to leave it there.
Yes, and file it away and just forget about it.
Yes. A very short Good, Bad and Batshit for a very short trek. So there we go, viewers. That wraps up very short treks and Good, Bad and Batshit first series. But the adventure is far from over. Now that Strange New World Season 3 is hopefully, because we're recording this in the past, we're in early part of June still when we record this, but I know that when it goes out, we'll be well into Star Trek Season 3, Strange New World Season 3 even. So we will be on the channel shifting into warp speed, and every week doing a deep dive into the new episodes with full reviews, breakdowns, and some batshit crazy theories as to where the series is going. I can't even get my teeth in properly. So you want to make sure, this is where I'm going with all this, so you want to make sure that you are subscribed and your notifications are on. Whether you're here for big reveals, character arcs, or just to yell about lens flares and legacy cameos, we're going to have you covered. So make sure you hit that like, and if you've enjoyed this series, whether you enjoyed very short treks or not, make sure you share it with your fellow trekkers and let us know in the comments what you're most excited about with Strange New Worlds. A quick cough before we say until next time, peace and long life.
Live long and prosper. Take care.